We are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Great win, right? Finally, right? It's like, where has this Laker team been at? They were aggressive from the beginning, locked down defensively. I mean, which you kind of figured just because the starting unit this game. I still have questions about the scoring with that, but Torian Prince can continue to score well. They continue to move and share the basketball, right? The ball movement was just A1. I loved how we kept the ball flowing. Ball never really stuck too long, right? Guys were doing what they needed to do. Lockdown focus. They had that sense of urgency, right? It was a must win, right? But every game should be a must win in the Western Conference. If we got this Lakers effort, we'd probably be a top 2 or 3 seed in the West. Like, literally, where is this team? This is the team that I believe can be a contender. This is the team that I believe can win a championship. Smothering defense, keeping their superstars modest, right? You had some other guys that picked it up for the Thunder and stuff, but you live with that, right? Because the goal is to slow down the big guys, right? Like, the Lakers did everything that you could ask for, right? The three-point shooting was great, right? I don't expect them to shoot that well from three-point range, but you don't have to shoot lights out from three if we have the energy and the intensity and the defense, right? It's not like the Thunder played a bad game. The Thunder played a really good game. They were shooting the ball well. They were jacking up a ton of threes, but you're talking about a top 5 offense in the league, and you held them to basically their average of 120 points, but the Lakers scored 129. They did well. They kept things. They kept the intensity up. You knew the Thunder was going to go on a run. They're a good team, right? They're a young team. They're hungry. They went on their little run. The Lakers weathered it. They never let the Thunder get too far in. Darvin Ham, I thought, actually did a good job with rotations and calling timeouts and, playing coach for this game, right? Guys showed up. D'Lo showed up. Reeves showed up. I mean, everybody showed up, right? Like, this is the team that I expected the Lakers to be all season. They haven't been, which is the problem. This Lakers team that we just saw today is the team that can won the in-season tournament, and that we were like, okay, like, we could see the Larry O'Brien trophy coming. We could see them putting the pieces together, go do that. But they just haven't been able to put it together. And it took 4 games or whatever for them to lose, for them to finally have a sense of urgency and have a sense of effort and to show up, right? That shouldn't be the case, right? The Lakers shouldn't have to lose 4 games and 5 out of 6 or whatever it was for them to feel like, okay, we need to pick it up. We need to pick up the intensity. This is a must win. This is a sense of urgency. Like, that shouldn't be the case, right? Like, the Lakers need this effort that we saw. The Lakers need every single night. You have bad games. I don't mind. Like, if it was an anomaly, if it was something that was like that was just kind of a one-off, like, I would never complain about the Lakers. I'd be like, hey, you know what? Bad game. Dust it off. Move on. But the problem is, this game that the Lakers play today, this game is the anomaly. This game is the game where it's like, I loved it. I love the intensity. Let's celebrate the win. Let's be happy about the win, right? This was a great win. But I need to see that consistency. I need to see the Lakers continue to play with that effort. Like, if you play with that effort and you lose, I'll back you, right? I'll come on here. Hey, look, sometimes you just lose. I will defend this Lakers team to the bone if they show this kind of effort. But how can I defend the Lakers when they're not playing with that effort defense consistently? I don't know. This is what we need. Darvin Ham was excellent tonight. I thought he was great. Calling timeouts, timely, getting the subs in, right? Being calculated with the subs, like the rotation flowed. Guys picked it up on both sides of the basketball. This is the Lakers team that can win a chip. Now, we need this regularly. Now, look, I still believe we need a trade. Like, I still think the Lakers need a piece or two, right? I'm not going to say, just because of one win, that's it, everything. No, I still believe the Lakers need a lot of things. But This is the team that I want to see night in and night out. We got the Celtics next on Christmas Day. I want to have a good Christmas live stream. I want to come on here. I want to celebrate, right? I want to do an extended live stream if I can. I'm going to do today about 30, 40 minutes like I have been, just because, like I said, I'm trying to conserve myself. Still a little rough. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, but we need to play like that against the Celtics. We have to. They just blew out the Clippers, right? That's a team that can absolutely get hot. But we need it. We gotta keep playing with this level of play, this level of intensity, this type of this is Lakers basketball right here. I love it. I love what we saw. But anyway, let's dive into the box scores, and then we'll get in all your super chats and all of your regular questions and stuff like that. Also, real quick, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm only like 45 subs away from 18K, which would be amazing. So hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of you in the live stream. I love it. I appreciate you all here. And all right, let's get into it. Let's get to the box score, and then we'll answer super chats and questions and stuff. All right. So as far as the game went, again, another well-balanced, well-oiled offensive game. I love that the ball didn't stick. I love that the Lakers got good shots, got good attempts. Also, they had 38 assists. I have said this repeatedly, and I'll continue to say this. Every time we get 30 or more assists, the Lakers win. Almost every time, right? I don't think the Lakers have a loss this year where they've had 30 assists. When the Lakers share the basketball and the ball doesn't stick and multiple guys are in double figures, right? Which the Lakers had, 7 guys in double figures? 6 guys in double figures, which is fine, right? You get 6, 7 guys in double figures. It's a team game, team effort. The Lakers win those games. They do. They win those games. But diving into it, again, Cam Reddish, offensively, rough. Defensively, continues to be excellent. He also racked up the assist total. He had 7 assists in this game, which was beautiful. 4 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. But again, him more defensive purposes. Same thing with Jared Vanderbilt, right? Jared Vanderbilt's in there, not for his offense. Whatever points he provides is just icing on the cake as far as him and Cam Reddish go. But Jared Vanderbilt got you 6 rebounds, which is what you want. And then the defense got a block and a steal. Anthony Davis was excellent. 26 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Played excellent. He hit a 3, which is great. He's been knocking down the 3 ball consistently. His jumpers really came around this year, which is really good. And Anthony Davis played the entire second half. Played 41 minutes, almost 42 minutes this game. So credit Anthony Davis, right? So many people are so quick to jump on him, for injuries and stuff like that. He's held his own this year. And I love what we're seeing. This Anthony Davis has been the best Anthony Davis since the bubble. But Prince, 40% from 3, which is what I want to continue to see. 10 points. I'll take that. That's perfect. LeBron James, 40 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks with only 3 turnovers. The guy did everything in this game. Also 5 of 5 from 3-point range, shot the lights out. He shot the 3 ball excellent this year. You'll love to see it from him. Austin Reeves gave you a double-double, 11 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. And also took care of the basketball. Only had 1 turnover, right? The Lakers had, 9 turnovers total this game. So that's good. Kept it under, took care of the basketball and got a bunch of assists, right? Like that's the key, right? You have 9, you stay under double digits in turnovers, and then you have 38 assists. You're going to win. You're going to win almost every one of those games if you play that way. Every time. Rui was excellent this game, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He also just shot the lights. 3 of 5 from 3, 8 of 14 from the field. I still don't like him as just like a spot up 3-point shooter, but when he's hitting like he is right now, I'll take it. It's wonderful. And then D'Lo continued where he left off in the last game at the end of that 4th quarter and shot very well. 15 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. And he only played 17 minutes and gave you 15 points, which is ridiculous. So I will take those more times than not. But anyway, what a great game again. And let's dive into your super chats and all of your questions. And we'll go, like I said, go for about 20 or 30 minutes here. So Just View, appreciate you. Thank you. What are your thoughts on Cam Reddish? First off, thank you so much. Really appreciate the super chat. Coming in hot, $2 super chat. Look, Cam Reddish does exactly what he's supposed to do. again, him and Jared Vanderbilt, their offense is just extra, right? It's just the icing on the cake. The problem, my biggest concern is just if you have Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt start together, my concern is that like our offensive output to begin the game, right? Because you basically only have LeBron James and Anthony Davis as far as like your shooting goes or scoring goes. And then you're hoping it puts a ton of pressure on Taurean Prince. Because if Taurean Prince isn't shooting the ball well, then now you're in trouble. And I've talked about this a lot. Like the Lakers, like Darvin Ham, which I thought he did a good, again, credit Darvin Ham. We're so quick to jump on Darvin Ham for his mistakes and being bad. Let's credit him when he does good, right? I thought he did an excellent job today. He did a good job of kind of having a good feel of like, okay, when do we need to inject offense now? And that was my big concern. Can we do that? So credit that. But as far as Cam Reddish goes, again, he does his job. His job is just be defense. It's why if you get a guy like Zach LaVine, I would have no concerns with starting Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt. And the reason I'm talking about Jared Vanderbilt is because I see Just Few coming out with another $2 super chat talking about Vanderbilt can develop a three-point shot. He's the best wing. Yeah. So like again, for this Lakers team, we're just hoping right now this year that Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt just hit the occasional shot. Like, can you hit the occasional three? That would be awesome, right? But it's more for defenses. If we ended up trading for like a Zach LaVine or whatever, I'd be much more confident starting Jared Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish because Zach LaVine's a guy that go get you 20. You know, the concerns of floor space and the concerns of everything just go away because now you have him, LeBron, and AD. Right, you're in good shape. But right now, you just put so much pressure on Prince. Cam Reddish, his athleticism, his defense, all of those things are just very important for this team. Excuse me. And then same thing with Jared Vanderbilt. And I agree. If Jared Vanderbilt can develop any type of consistent three-point shot, then I mean, yeah, he'd probably be the best 3-and-D guy in the league. He was a lot better this game too, just on the defensive side and just everything. Right? You can tell like he hasn't gotten his timing, he hasn't gotten his step down correctly yet. That'll come. The more games, the more minutes he plays, the more opportunity he has. He'll continue to get better and get back to that like best defender in the league, Jared Vanderbilt, or best perimeter defender in the league, Jared Vanderbilt. But I really like what we saw from this team. I really love the intensity. Kevin, coming in hot the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. The Lakers love trolling us for a series. Losing to the Bulls badly, play the Timberwolves close without LeBron, then beating the Thunder. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a tale of two teams, right? It's like where I talked about the Timberwolves, like I loved the effort that we saw in that game. Again, you lose games. People lose games. Teams lose games. Every team in the league. There's never been anyone that's gone 82-0, right? Every team loses games. I don't care about losses if the Lakers are playing with effort, if the Lakers are playing the way that we know that they can play. And the thing is, we know they can play this way. We've seen them play this way before, right? I'm not saying that they're going to shoot 50% from three every game or anything like that, but just the intensity, the defense, right? The keeping pace, like all of those things are just very important. And that's how you're going to have success this season. It's how we're going to get back into the standings. Luckily, the Western Conference is so tight. We're only like 2 games or 3 games out of like second, right? Like we're not that far away. And we just, we're 1-1 against the Thunder, which is good, right? So my thing is just like, if this was a team that just showed like they were bad and it's just like, all right, they're bad, like they're just not a good basketball team, then I wouldn't be so critical. But they have shown they can be a good basketball team. They have shown that they're a team that can go in and compete on a nightly basis. You know, if you compete like this, let's say they played this way and they lost to the Thunder. Like, I would have been not okay with the loss, but I would have been like, hey, they showed up, they played good basketball, right? The Thunder just closed it down the stretch or something like that. I would have been fine with that. I defended them against the Timberwolves, right? Because again, if you're playing the way you're supposed to be playing, I'll take it. But yeah, I mean, it's just consistency. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, the Lakers are back, here we go, because it's just, can they do this against the Celtics? They play like this against the Celtics, I fully believe they can beat them. right? Even if they lose, if they play this way, I'd be happy. I'd be fine. If the Celtics just shoot the lights out and just, beat them, but the Lakers are just playing with intensity, right? Like, I'm okay with that, right? Gotta get back to being a real contending team is my point. But again, appreciate you. Danny, what a game. Grandpa LeBron, as it stands, showing the young kids he's still the king. Yeah, he was fantastic this game. Absolutely ridiculous. 40 at age 40. You got to love it. You got to love it. Yeah, he's almost there, right? Isn't he 39 in like 2 days or something, or 3 days, something like that? We got one. LeBron was huge tonight. I love the lineup change. Yep. Still not washed, which is ridiculous. The fact that LeBron James can still go get you a 47-7 at soon to be age 39 is unbelievable. Darvin saved his job for now. Yeah. Like I said, he coached very well this game. I hope this is sustainable because the Lakers are asking a lot from LeBron running the point in his 21st season. Yeah. As long as if you have guys that can initiate, like Prince can bring the ball up, right? You can have Vando or Reddish bring the ball up. You saw that a lot this game, right? Then that takes a lot of pressure off of LeBron because now he doesn't have to like fight through to get the ball up. But all we need is just initiating with LeBron on the court. We just need somebody that can come up, initiate the offense, and then let LeBron handle it from there. But I also love that it was a group effort, right? We shared the basketball. The ball wasn't sticky. Guys were moving the basketball. Again, 38 assists. Lakers are winning a lot of games if they play that way. A lot of games. Would you sell your car for a Lakers championship? I have 5 kids. If it was just me, absolutely. But I have 5 kids that I got to provide for. So, no, I wouldn't. Man, I told you we were going to smack OKC. Good call. Good call. Now I just need to see the consistency. I feel bad for Bron. They're making him literally the only ball handler on the floor in the starting lineup at 34 years old, year 21. But it was a success for a win. Yeah, I mean, look, luckily LeBron is still LeBron in many ways. I mean, he's not like, turn back the clock LeBron, but he's still, I mean, he's playing some of the best basketball. He's the most efficient LeBron since his Miami days. Like, that's how good LeBron's been this year, which is just, it's ridiculous. But, the fact that he's playing this well is wonderful. And it sucks, but hey, we got to win, right? You got, like, I'll take my chances with the Lakers in the playoffs. Even if the Lakers don't make a change. Again, I still need the Lakers to make a trade. But even if they don't and they just stand pat, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, 7-game series, I'll take my chances, right? But you still got to get to the playoffs, right? Like, you still got to get there. So whatever we got to do to get there. I'm surprised we won this game. Not even going to lie. Yeah. I mean, we finally beat a good team. So like all of the questions of the Lakers finally did it, right? Have been terrible on the road, haven't beaten like a top team, an elite team this year, and just playing defense and all those things. Lakers did all of that, right? Won on the road against a quality elite team. Couldn't ask for anything more. So that was beautiful. Rui showed up this game. He absolutely showed up this game. And on 1 second. Oh, come on. Sorry, I gotta send that. That's important. There we go. But yeah, Rui was excellent this game. I loved what we saw from Rui Hachimura. This is the Lakers we need. Exactly. If this Lakers team is going to win a lot more games than they're going to lose. Best Lakers game of the season. I think so. I think this is their best win of the season, hands down. OKC has our number every time. They have the last few years, right? Because they're just young, athletic, quick, like, lockdown defense. Thank God we didn't choke. Yeah, Lakers did an excellent job of keeping pace. Keep LeBron at the point now. Yeah. It's 82 games. Chill. Yep. Bucks defense isn't really good, right? No, Bucks have not been very good defensively. They have their moments, but for the most part, 3-point shooting won't keep up though. Yeah, but again, I don't necessarily need that. Like, we don't have to beat every team by 20, right? Like, if we come with that intensity, we come with that effort, even if the 3-point shot isn't falling, we're still going to be able to win a lot of those games, right? We're going to be able to close out. Lakers have been very good at closing games when they're tight. The problem is like the Lakers are playing catch up the whole game more times than not, and fourth quarter they're down 15, and it's like you're not closing at that point. Lineup change definitely gave the energy. Is Vando okay? I missed if he got back up after his scare. Yeah, he was fine. He was still playing. LeBron James shot 100% from three and the free throw line and 62 from the field goal. How did LeBron shoot so well? Drop 40, bro. How a man decided to shoot Reggie Miller and got 2 blocks and 7 assists. Yeah, this LeBron James is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, the curse ended. Yeah. We had 8-player rotation. Yeah, keep it tight. Keep guys going. I love it. In January, we smacked everything. Watch. January should be a good month for us. We have something like, technically, like 12 out of like 14 games are at home. Like 12 of our first like 14 games, something like that, or 11 out of our first 13 games, something like that. One of the games is technically a road game, but it's against the Clippers, so it's in crypto. So good thing is once we get through this month, the Lakers should be able to gain a lot of ground in January. A lot of ground, especially if they play this way. If this Lakers team shows up in January, then the Lakers will probably be 8 to 10 games over 500 by the end of January. 9 if you count Jags, yeah. What grade would you give D'Lo today? I thought he was great. I thought, considering he played a few minutes, came off the bench, which I'm sure he wasn't like super stoked about, and in 17 minutes gave you 15 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, and only had 1 turnover. Like, I'll take that, right? So to me, I mean, that sounds like an A to me, especially for considering the minutes, gameplay, his impact. He was huge for us, right? What was the third quarter? He was like really massive. So I'll take that. Man, the refs and those commentators, who is worse? I'm glad the Lakers won, but where's the consistency? They will not contend without being consistent. Yeah, which is my thing. Like, I need to see them. Can they continue to do this? Can we play like this against the Celtics? Stuff like that. If we can, then we're going to win a lot of games. Let's see. You said D'Lo wasn't going to be good on the bench. I didn't say that. I said that we don't know if D'Lo will be good off the bench, right? Most guys regress, and it's the first game off the bench. Let's cool our jets here, okay? I am very happy. Look, if D'Lo is excellent off the bench, and that's what it is, then so be it, right? I'm okay with that. But there are definitely concerns. Most guys go to the bench, and they regress. But I also said, if you listen to those videos, I said that he couldn't be much worse than he's been. So the way he played this game would be fantastic. So again, let's wait and see before we crown D'Lo 6th man of the year. Okay, let's relax. Look, I'm rooting for D'Lo. I've defended D'Lo heavily, but again, like, let's be patient. Yeah, he might have to have surgery. We have 3 scorers coming off the bench, and not including Braun and AD, 3 defenders in the starting lineup. Many talked about this go all out on defense and starting lineup. Yeah, which is because we haven't been good scoring the basketball. We've been very good defensively. You might as well set the tone defensively. You might as well set the tone with the effort and the hustle and keep yourself in, and then interject the offense accordingly. So that's the thing. Safe to say the extra time helped D'Lo. Maybe. It's possible. I mean, look, it was good that he had the great game and scored 13 or whatever, like the 4th or whatever it was for the Eagles game. The hope was that would carry over and bleed into the next game, which I'm glad it did, right? Captain Crunch, Lakers win Monday. Let's get it. We finally had a good win, yes, which was beautiful. Good win, yes. That was the first good game Darvin coached. I wouldn't say the first good game, but that was a very good game for him. This team played very well tonight. Yes, agreed. Because Braun has to play playoff basketball just to get regular season wins, so stop it. Even if LeBron didn't score 40, I still think we won this game. Thanks, D'Lo, especially tonight. Rui is increasing trade value. Yeah, they were great tonight. Vando and Reddish did good on Shea and Jalen. Yeah, which is what you want. Set the defensive intensity. The set the tone. Congratulations to us for breaking our losing streak, and D'Lo off the bench might be a great idea. I hope so. I really do. I hope so. Again, a lot of questions about D'Lo off the bench. Will he accept it, right? Or is he looking at this as like, okay, it was just kind of a punishment for my comments and things that I said? Let's see. Also, stays on the bench, moves close to trade deadline, trade rumors start heating up, right? Still a lot of questions with D'Lo. But look, if D'Lo's good, we'll probably be good. So I want D'Lo to be successful. I want D'Lo to have success. So we'll see. Time will tell. Do we keep the same lineup? I would. Right? Let it marinate for a couple games, see how it works. But again, Darvin Ham's going to have to be good at kind of keeping the leash short, right? And timing and stuff. Those are all going to be very important things. Lakers are good when they try, but most of the games in the regular season, they aren't even trying. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're not trying. I just say that they're just not bringing the effort needed to win. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could look at that as trying. With LeBron at point guard, yes. Something real quick about that. You got to keep in mind, LeBron spent, since after we won the championship in the bubble, every year LeBron has done everything he could to not have to play point guard full time. Right? Like, I understand earlier this season he'd said, like, oh, I can play point guard. Wasn't talking about, like, the entirety of the game, right? I'm hoping now he's more open to it and is like, okay, I just want to win, so if I have to play point guard. But that's the reason we got Dennis Schroeder, was because LeBron didn't want to play point guard all season. And then we traded for Russell Westbrook because LeBron didn't want to play point guard. So we've done everything we can to not let LeBron play point guard as he's wanted, and he's the best point guard. So just something to keep in mind. Am coached like his life depended on it. Like, boy, it was making game adjustments and everything. Yeah, he was great this game. He really was. He was great. Let's see. Our top 2 stars should be our top 2 scorers. Yes. Darvin should have put Vanna. I mean, look, every coach in the league, no matter how great, you can nitpick things. Right? There's always something in hindsight that a coach could have done that was different. What did he do overall in this game? He was great in this game. Again, we're so quick to just get on people's helmets and so quick to just, try to torch guys. Like, Darvin Ham had a great game. Can we just say, like, hey, Darvin Ham had a great game. Good job. Let's keep going. Keep doing that. Again, like, we're really going to nitpick every little thing. Oh, well, Darvin Ham, he took it. He took the timeout 1.2 seconds too late. He should have done it before they crossed half court. Like, come on, let's celebrate some success of Darvin Ham. We have plenty of just Darvin Ham hate. All right. This team needs a trade. I agree. They still do. Tyler, I think you start Reeves again because the tall lineup requires LeBron and AD to be all on all the time, and happens when you start slow pace, isn't enough offense. The problem is like, Reeves is best off the bench. His impact, his net rating, also defensively. Like, the Lakers are like 6 points worse with Reeves on the court this year than without. It's not as impactful as with him coming off the bench. I understand the offensive output, but you don't want to get in the habit to where now you have to lean on him in the starting unit when he's best off the bench. Like, I would rather, like, if you're really marinate this a little bit, see how this lineup works. And then, like I said, if you need to make adjustments, right? If you have to start Rui, right? I'd rather go that route. I'd rather go with Rui, keep the big lineup, right? Problem is, Rui can't really defend the quicker, twitchier guys, but maybe you can kind of mask him depending on the certain lineups and stuff like that. Especially if you have, like Vanderbilt and Reddish in the game. But I think the pressure is more on Prince than it is on LeBron and AD. I mean, LeBron and AD they're gonna score their points regardless. I think the pressure is on Prince because Prince has to be good. He's our only shooter in that lineup, and he's our only other scorer really outside of LeBron and AD. I mean, he's not really like a scorer, but like, I think the pressure is on him more than anybody. Facts, they're probably not even trying this whole season. If we get Alex Caruso, we would be set because both of our lockdowns were getting switched around in Cam and Jared because they can't shoot. Yeah, Caruso, especially the way Caruso's been shooting. I can finally come out of hiding and be a Laker fan. JK, I feel it. Let's go. Yep. I just want to see my boy Wood hoop. He's too. Yeah, I mean, I do too. But look, I want to win more, right? I mean, obviously, I want to see guys step up and stuff, but I also want to win more. So, we'll see. Time will tell. Andrew coming out with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Still really need LaVine fit so well. I agree. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you're here, Andrew, but I like just because the Lakers played the way that they played today doesn't mean that like I don't think that they need a trade. They still absolutely need a trade, in my opinion. I still absolutely believe that the Lakers need to go get that other piece. If because then like if you get LaVine now, like I mentioned this earlier, you have LaVine, LeBron, and AD. You can start Reddish and Vanderbilt because you have enough offense at that point between those three guys. I mean, those three guys can go get you 40 in the first quarter if you need them to. So just between those three guys, you're good as far as the offense output. Right now, it's concerning just because, like, again, you're putting so much pressure on Prince to deliver and be consistent. And then LeBron James and Anthony Davis have to carry so much of the offensive workload. But Anthony Davis usually gets going and gets established in the first quarter. So I think you'll be fine. Again, it comes down to Darvin Ham and his just the way that he goes about his rotation, right? Obviously, you don't want to take guys out to if they're cooking, let them cook, right? But if it's like, all right, like we need some offensive injection here. All right, let's put these guys in, right? That doesn't mean, we're down 5-0, pull everybody out. No, like you gotta. Again, it's that fine line. Darvin Ham's gotta find that balance, which hopefully he does. Hopefully, we will see. Time to. OKC is number 2 in the West. Yes. Get Caruso back. Get Drummond and consistent 3-point shooter or reliable. Yes, that would be nice. Ham is a real one. Thank you. You did credit Ham. Good. Ham, a real one for going with his athletes. Ham went with Hoopers. Yeah, exactly. Get the athleticism, get the defense, get the size, the switchability. I love it. Played big, did all the things that you need to do. I also can't change my name for 13 days, right? You have to be stuck a Chicago fan, LeBron, though. Great adjustment by Andy. Yeah, I like it. I would have said Lakers back. Yeah, I don't want to go that far. But, if we beat the Celtics and we beat the Timberwolves, right, I'll feel a lot better. Then maybe we could start having that like, hey, Lakers are back. But look, if the Lakers play this way, we're going to win a lot more games than that. LeBron 40 was not the reason Lakers won. The others made baskets. It's simple basketball. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, even if LeBron didn't score 40, the Lakers still would have won this game. LeBron, 5 for 5 3-pointers. Yes, which is ridiculous. Is this Laker team show up versus Boston? That would be a huge statement win, especially against the Celtics team. Yeah. If we can beat the Celtics, that would be massive, massive. Why did Gabe not play? He's very likely going to have surgery here shortly. I love the big lineup. I would start Rui instead of Prince, though. The problem is just like the defensive assignments, and again, like Prince is just the better 3-point shooter. But if Prince starts teetering a little bit, then I wouldn't mind going with Rui. Or if you need to interject a little more offense, then maybe swap that. Problem with Rui, like even in this game, he was hitting his shots, which is great, but like that's not his game. He's not this like, let me take 7 threes, right? Like, anyways, if we could get one of Gafford, Dorian Finney-Smith, or Spencer Dinwiddie, that would be amazing. Trade D'Lo for Spencer Dinwiddie straight up. I don't know if I'd trade him straight up, just because like I don't hate the idea of Spencer Dinwiddie, especially if you can get like a Dorian Finney-Smith or something like that in it. I just think if you can, I would rather trade for Zach LaVine than trade for Spencer Dinwiddie. I just think Zach LaVine would have a bigger impact. I don't hate the idea of like Spencer Dinwiddie, right? Like if the Lakers, which I don't think that they'd be able to, but like if let's say money worked and you could figure it out. Like I wouldn't mind getting Zach LaVine and then go get like a Spencer Dinwiddie. Like that wouldn't hurt, especially if you can't get like an Alex Caruso. But like, yeah, if it's Dinwiddie, I know you'd have to give up less to get Dinwiddie, but still, I just think LaVine would have more of an impact. Finally, Rui showed up. He was great this game. AD really been carrying so far We just got to stop putting so much pressure on him. And LeBron and our other guys has to start really hooping. Yeah, AD's been excellent this year. As always, this is a discussion, so please let me know what you think down in the comments. Yes, as always, yes. I appreciate that. Yes, I am very big on, open floor. Let's have talk. Let's have talks. Let's have discussions. But all right, let's power through. I'm going to go for probably about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to skate on out of here because, still not 100% there. Look at how we're playing now, and you want to trade away half the team for dude on crutches. I still would go get Zach LaVine. Just we won one game. Okay, let's not. Oh, the Lakers are back. Like let's hold our horses, right? Because we have more evidence that the Lakers are gonna go back to being terrible than we have evidence that they're gonna be good again. So again, let's hold our horses. Andrew coming out the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. LaVine is worth the splash. No need to blow it up for more role players. Go for someone that'll really move the needle, aka LaVine, which is kind of my thoughts too, right? Like I love Rui. I love D'Lo. I think especially tonight they played great. Problem is consistency. LaVine, you're not going to have questions with the consistency. Don't get me wrong, he can fluctuate, kind of be up and down, but even his bad games are better than Rui and D'Lo's bad games. So much better than Rui. I mean, LaVine's bad games are better than both of those bad games together. So, right, like a bad game for LaVine is still like 17 points, right? Like I'll take that. So yeah. We absolutely need to trade D'Lo, AR, Gabe can go. Yeah, we definitely still need to trade. Again, just because the Lakers won this game, I'm happy that they won this game, but let's not crown the Lakers NBA champions just yet. What do you guys think of keeping D'Lo for a year as a backup point guard? Problem is we need a salary to get deals elsewhere. I do have concerns about like who's going to be our other playmaker if we do end up making a trade. Lakers will have to address that, but I'm sure there'll be somebody available. Ricky Rubio is very likely going to get bought out by the Cavs. I know he's had injury issues, but he'd be super low risk, high reward that you might be able to get just to play like 10 minutes a game in a point guard role, facilitating role. But I know Rui would get back in the groove. I knew Vando would get back into his defense, and even D'Lo was playing better. Yeah, that was a great game. Jokic is missing a lot. Yeah. Great game, good effort. Yes, I loved it. We need to keep this up. Look at how we're playing now, and you wanted to trade away half our team for a guy in crutches. I already addressed that. Yeah. I absolutely still do. And it's not half your team. You're trading like 2 or 3 guys. Relax. You'd still be 10 guys deep. Like you're not trading away 7 players to go get Zach LaVine. Easy win, yo. It was a very good win. I appreciate their effort this game. Let's see. Gabe Vincent can hit threes. He can. I mean, he hasn't this year. he's like 2 of like 17 or something like that. Or 2 of 16, something like that. LeBron has 35 points and Lakers still lose. It was a team victory. LOL. Yeah, this was a great team effort. Do you think Kobe is underrated to an extent? He is always left out of the GOAT conversation. Someone put Nick Van Exel over Kobe and the Mount Rushmore of the Lakers, and I feel people overlook him, but that's just silly. Anybody that does that, don't take them serious. As far as like the GOAT conversation goes, like no. As far as like, it's one of you had these waves, right? When Kobe played, he was a Laker. People hated him, right? Then he leaves. People that hate the Lakers still hate him. Laker fans, he's our GOAT, right? And then tragedy strikes. Everybody's like, elevates Kobe. And then that tapers off. And now it's like, back to hate. It's just the cycles of players and athletes, celebrities, things like that. You're just going to see that. I don't think he's underrated by any stretch. I mean, people that understand basketball, right? They know what Kobe did. They know how great he was. They know the impact he had. He's still the greatest Laker ever, right? Like all of those things. So anybody that's like, oh, Kobe, like I hear people, oh, Kobe's not even like top 10. Kobe's like, 20th all time, like stuff like. I just ignore them. It's just they're either trolling or they just have no idea what they're talking about. So it's one or the other. I do understand the argument, and I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw something that was like, it might have been something that somebody said where they were like, one of like the ex players or whatever. I know that they were talking about like, oh, if we consider Jordan the GOAT, which, like I said, I don't. I think LeBron's the greatest player to ever play the game. Talking about like individual players. If we put LeBron or Jordan up there as the GOAT, Kobe has been the closest thing to Jordan. He literally emulated his game as Jordan. But I think that that's also a bad argument because, like, Kobe was in many ways a clone of Jordan. So it's like, how can he ever really truly pass Jordan when he was basically Jordan 2.0 in many ways? It's like the first to do it is always going to be that. But no, I wouldn't say underrated. Not by people that really understand the game of basketball. Not by people that opinions actually matter. Then no, I don't. Let's see. I'm a Laker fan, not the bum on our team. I'm a Laker fan, not that bum on our team. 30 assists. That means everyone made buckets. That's how you win. Exactly. Like I said, I don't think the Lakers have lost a game in which they put up 30 plus assists. Let's see. Watch us go on a run now. That's if and only if we came with the same attitude and determination. Yeah, the Lakers keep playing the way that they play today. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they go on a run. Do you think the Lakers beat the Celtics? If they play this way, yes. The Lakers show up, play with intensity, play with effort. Yes, I do believe that they can beat the Celtics. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think they'll blow them out or anything like that. But so far, the Celtics have been clearly the best team in the league. Like, hands down, they've been the best team in the league. So this will be a really good test for Lakers. And you're at home. Lakers have been good at home, right? This is a good test. D'Lo still got to go. Don't care after one game yet. Would you swap Hayes for winning Gabriel? No, because at least Hayes has the size, right? I like winning, but at least Hayes is 7 feet. And I don't mind him as like a long-term prospect. I just think he's just not like great now, right? He wasn't like he was supposed to be like our third big, right? Like getting spot minutes. That's supposed to be our backup second big. Lakers getting destroyed on Christmas. We will see. Time will tell. Also, Pelicans lost, but the Rockets won. I don't know how I feel about that. Pelicans lost, but the Rockets won, yeah. Let's see. D'Lo got to go. Reeves can go. They're not going to trade Reeves. Smartest move Darvin Ham made with changing the starting lineup. D'Lo can be a great sixth man in the team that won't to trade for him or want to trade for him. Will like to have D'Lo in this role. Austin should start over Reddish. I still like the idea of Reeves off the bench. Again, he's had a better impact off the bench every time he goes to the bench. Let's see. Guess who lost again? The Detroit Pistons, of course. I'm telling you, they're gonna break the record. They're gonna break that record. All right, do a couple more questions here, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Tyler, love the Dodger gear. Well, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, hey, dude, Dodgers are gonna be stacked this year. I am excited for this season. I got to start like throwing a little change on them throughout the season. Maybe I can get some big change on them and maybe win some money when they win the World Series. Think they keep D'Lo off the bench till he's eventually traded. If the Lakers keep winning and playing the way that they're playing, yes. I think it just comes down to how do they perform? How do they play? If they continue this way, then yes, I do believe that. I do believe that they will. Let's see. Andrew, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How confident are you that LaVine is becoming a Laker? Pretty confident. Like, I'm like 70-30. If it was close to the trade deadline and we were still kind of in the same position that we're in right now, I'd probably be closer to like 90%. But the only reason I'm only at like 70 is because like I'm curious to see who else becomes available, what other players are out there. Do the Lakers find some like just too good to be true deal by some team that wants to just tank, blow it up or something, right? And they just want to unload some guys. So to me, it just depends on a couple factors. But like I'd say I'm about 70% that the Lakers trade for LaVine right now. That could go up, that could go down as we move closer to the trade deadline. We'll see. But I think if the Lakers could trade for LaVine right now, they would. I think if LaVine was available right this second and he was playing and they could run physical on him and everything, I think that they would get him right now. Would you give up Reeves for LaVine? Personally, no, because I just think you could get I just think Reeves's perceived trade value to other teams is higher. I think you could get a better. I think you'd be better off holding him for a better player, right? Especially if a team is trying to trade or blow it up, or a star becomes available or something like that that makes sense for the Lakers. Reeves is kind of like your one ace. So I wouldn't trade Reeves for LaVine. I like LaVine. I think LaVine would impact the Lakers a ton, right? LaVine is better, right? There's no question about that. But I just think Reeves, you can get a better deal than just LaVine for Reeves. And I just don't think the Lakers will trade him. I do have concerns, though, about Reeves kind of becoming irrelevant if the Lakers trade for LaVine, where I don't think D'Lo would, just because, one, D'Lo's been better defensively, and two, D'Lo's also the better playmaker, right? And the Lakers could use the playmakers. So I think that there's an argument either way for keeping D'Lo over Reeves, especially if D'Lo's willing to come off the bench and accept that bench role. I think there's that argument there. My biggest concern is that right now, Reeves is kind of that go-to guy down the stretch of games that the Lakers and LeBron kind of trust to be a secondary scorer, right? Once LaVine gets here, if he gets here, then you don't Reeves kind of falls back to the fourth guy, which I do think if he can still go and provide you 15 to 20, it's going to be so much more impactful, right? I just think Reeves is more consistent is the thing. And Andrew coming out with another super chat. Thank you so much. What if we could get Dorian Finney-Smith and Zach trade Reeves? I mean, now you're getting closer just because Dorian Finney-Smith, Zach LaVine, especially if you can get Andre Drummond. Also, I think you're there. I'm not gonna lie. If we could get Alex Caruso, if we could get Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, and Andre Drummond and not have to give up a first, I might give up Reeves. Because I think at that point, you have Caruso would be more valuable with LeBron, LaVine, and AD. He now you have that point of attack guard, which the Lakers desperately need. And now you have the backup center that you can rely on, and then you have Zach LaVine offensively. I just think now you don't have those concerns with Reeves falling into irrelevancy. I think Caruso can kind of be that initiator, right? Reeves has been shooting the three ball excellent. If you could get the only way that I would trade Reeves is outside of another superstar is if you could get the pieces that basically make you a top team in the league, right? Because the Lakers are in win now mode, right? I don't want to trade Reeves for the long term, but if you can get about as close to a championship as possible, then I think I would do it, right? If you could get, I don't know if the money works off the top of my head, but I don't know if you could do something like Rui, D'Lo, and Gabe Vincent, or let's say Rui, D'Lo, and Reeves, right? And get back, maybe throw in a JHS, whatever, right? And get back a Caruso, Drummond, and LaVine. And then you still have Gabe Vincent to end that first. Then you could package that and maybe go get a Royce O'Neal or something like that. And now you're probably the best team in the league. So again, it just depends on what it is. But just because they want LaVine or they want Reeves in any LaVine trade, I would tell him to kick sand. Just because I just think you can get a better return, is my point. And then Andrew, coming out with the $5 super chat. I would have sacrificed some of our defense for Reeves, Zach, Vando, Braun, AD lineup. Personally, this is just me. Let's say we trade for Zach LaVine, I think you go with either Vando and Reddish, or you go with one of those two and Prince. And then you have, because I don't think Reeves will be impactful when LaVine is on the court with LeBron and AD, right? I do think if you have like Reeves and LaVine on the court at times, right, and like say LeBron's out of the game, then yes, I think Reeves can be impactful. I just think Reeves basically just becomes a spot-up three-point shooter and nothing else. So personally, I just think between Zach, Braun, and AD, you have enough offense. At that point, you just need the defense to kind of offset that and to start the game. Or you go with like Prince, who has been good defensively. He's not great, but he's good defensively, and he gives you the floor spacing. So now you have to worry about Prince shooting the three ball. You have to worry about LaVine just doing everything. And then you have to worry about LeBron doing everything. And then you have to worry about AD down in the interior. I just think you're like, good luck. How do you stop that team? Is my point. But I would I just like Reeves off the bench, because I just think when Zach's not in the game, you can have Reeves in there. That's where Reeves is going to find his offense, right? I think that's where Reeves will get the opportunity to score. I just like when I have the fear of like Reeves becoming irrelevant is like especially late in games, right? So like Reeves is gonna. Here's my hope. My hope is Lakers trade for LaVine, right? Let's say. And then that allows Reeves to come off the bench and just look for his shot. Just look to be a scorer, right? So it's like, okay, when LaVine comes out, Reeves, you're going in. And forget playmaking, forget everything else. Just go get buckets, right? Go be that third scorer for us when LaVine's out of the game. That's kind of where I'm at with that. That makes sense. I don't know if I explained that properly, but I hope you get my points. And then coming out with another $2 super chat, Zach, Reddish, Vando, Braun, and AD would be crazy. That's what I want, because I just think you have tons of athleticism out on the perimeter between Zach, Reddish, and Vando. You have your two best on-ball defenders in the league. You have Reddish, who's like leading the league in deflections and stuff. You have Jared Vanderbilt, who, as he continues to get his feet under him and his timing down and stuff, is just only going to continue to get better. So now you basically are the best defensive team in the league with like a top offense, I think that, to me, that's the perfect balance, right? Like if the only thing that would be better is if you had a Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Or an Alex Caruso, just because they're three-point shooting, right? But as far as like this version of the Lakers adding in Zach LaVine, I think you got to go with Reddish and Vando. The only thing I would change is like I said, if you could get a Dorian Finney-Smith or you could get a Alex Caruso, then you start them over Vando or Reddish, whichever one. Take your pick, whoever your favorite is, right? That's the only thing I do, because then at that point you get the same level of defense, but you also get 40% three-point shooting or whatever. That's kind of my thought process on that. And then Andrew coming out with another $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. Keeping the party going. I'm only asking because reports are saying no Reeves, no deal. I don't believe that. But if it's true, I'd still move Reeves to get Zach. I don't believe that for a second either. I really don't. Just because, like, what are the Bulls' options right now? Now, could somebody else come and try to trade for Zach LaVine? Sure. But, like, who's that team? Like, I know, like, they've had names thrown out there, like, oh, the Kings and, like, just I don't see that. Like, if Pascal Siakam becomes available, which very likely will be the case, most of those teams are going to go try to get him. And then even then, like Sacramento doesn't need another De'Aaron Fox. They need a guy that can defend. They need to basically upgrade Harrison Barnes is what they need. I'm not worried about there being much competition at all. And so my thing is they are desperate to trade LaVine. Like, there are Chicago insiders that are like, LaVine's never going to play another game for Chicago unless like a team wants to see them. Like if the Lakers say like, hey, we want to see him play a couple games before we trade for him, that's the only way he's going to see the court. If Chicago has their way, Zach LaVine will never see the court. Again, I don't know this for certain, but that's what reports coming out of Chicago are. He doesn't get along with Billy Donovan. Him and Billy Donovan can't stand each other. Him and DeMar DeRozan, I mean, there were reports last year that Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan just don't like each other, and they're getting into fights and conflicts and stuff like that. He doesn't get along with the organization. Like, what are your other options? Like, the Lakers are doing the Bulls a favor. Now, if you're Chicago, are you going to put out there no Reeves, no deal? Of course, because you want to get Austin Reeves, and you hope that the Lakers are dumb enough to do it. But also, if the Lakers continue to win, and we get this level of the Lakers, well, now the Lakers don't have that desperation. Chicago might be looking at it right now. It's like, dude, they've lost 4 straight. They're a sinking ship. They desperately need Zach LaVine. If the Lakers can get to the point where they don't look desperate, and like they go, let's say they win 8 out of 10 games or something like that in January, and now they're like, 7-8 games over 500 or something like that. Then at that point, there's all of the sense of urgency to go get Zach LaVine all goes away. So now there's not that like, oh, we have to go get LaVine or anything. Like, no, now if you're the Lakers, you're in the position of control. You're in the position of leverage. It's like, we don't need LaVine. We're doing you a favor, right? Like, good luck. If you want to go trade him elsewhere, go trade him elsewhere. That's kind of my thing. Do you think the deal could happen on January 16th? Can it? Yeah, sure. Would I count on it? Probably not. I don't like. One, I think it's going to depend on when Zach LaVine comes back, right? Because he's still weeks out. So he's probably not going to come back till like around the 15th. And then the Lakers are either going to want to be able to evaluate him independently, which is Chicago okay with that? And even if Chicago is, the Lakers might want to see him play a couple games and just make sure he has his legs under him, make sure he's not like terrible, make sure like his knee doesn't collapse, right? Because if Zach LaVine is going to end up being out for the season or something like that, you want him to do that with Chicago, not with you. So I don't believe the Lakers are going to I don't think a deal is going to be worked out until several days. I think somewhere in that like 15 to 20, like January 15th to January 20th, somewhere in that range, probably closer to the 20th. I think the Lakers do that. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if another trade happened, like the Rui. Like, remember when the Lakers traded for Rui? I could see something like that happening where, like, maybe they get, like, a Rui trade and then something like that. Not saying that they'll trade Rui. I'm saying they'll do, like, a smaller deal, right? I talked about maybe going and getting Miles Bridges because him and Charlotte seem to be headed for a divorce. And he's probably not going to re-sign or anything, and he wants out of there. And he would be perfect, right? Because now you got a sizable 20-point a game scorer, 3-and-D style guy, although he's not really great at 3. But he would be an upgrade over Reddish and Vando as far as like the offense, defense is concerned. Like I could see maybe something like that. I'm not necessarily saying Miles Bridges, but a small deal of like, oh, we traded Gabe Vincent for something, right? Like in 2 firsts or whatever. Maybe it's a center. Maybe it's, another perimeter guy, whatever. Maybe it's a guard, right? I could see a deal like that happening first and then LaVine kind of getting pushed towards the trade deadline. Because I also think unless the Lakers are just a sinking ship, I also lean towards Rob Pelinka is going to do his due diligence, right? Rob Pelinka is going to make sure there's nothing better. Right? Does Donovan Mitchell become available? Now, I don't think that the Lakers have enough to go get Donovan Mitchell, but like, what if Cleveland really values Austin Reeves? Like, what if they're like, hey, we think Austin Reeves is the best that we could get out of any deal from anybody, right? Like, yeah, the extra picks would be nice from like, a Knicks team or whatever, or a Sixers team or whatever, but none of their guys that we're getting in the trade are as good as Austin Reeves. So, to me, it just depends on like where they see guys, right? Maybe they look at Rui as like, oh man, like we could have Rui and Mobley with Reeves, Garland, right? There we go. Like now we're in a good spot. Like, I just think it depends on the situation, right? And if my point is that Rob Pelinka is going to do whatever. He's going to do his due diligence and try to make sure, okay, this is the best course of action. So I don't expect him, unless they just get like some crazy deal where it's like, we'll give you LaVine and we'll give you a first, something crazy like that. Then I think like, okay, maybe he does something. But all right. Other than that, Andrew, I appreciate you. Thank you for keeping the party going. We're going to pick back up Saturday for the game. I'm going to definitely try to do a post-game stream and try to go a little longer. Try to go as long as I can. Like I said, I just want to try to rest my voice as much as possible. Everybody that gave me super chats, thank you so much. I really do appreciate super chats. Andrew, you're very kind. I really do appreciate that. Seriously, you have no idea how much it helps. Helps me and the channel and all that stuff. Everybody that hung out, everyone that tuned in, thank you so much. I really do genuinely appreciate it. Also, hit that subscribe button. I'm 44 subs away from 18,000, which is crazy. So I'd love to hit 18,000 in the coming days. That'd be an excellent Christmas present if I could hit that by Christmas. So I got like 2 days. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Also, I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to get on out of here, and I will see you guys on Saturday for